For nearly 1,000 years, the Roman tradition of gladiatorial games drew in the masses of Roman citizens into the stands of the amphitheater, looking to be entertained by the bloody spectacle playing out in the arena below. The combatants were mostly slaves or prisoners taken during the many destructive wars fought by the Romans, and they were trained in the numerous gladiator schools across the empire, honing their prowess in armed hand-to-hand combat. The best of these gladiators were sent to Rome, with the incentive being a chance to gain back their freedom, as well as fame and fortune. While the games were widely popular among large portions of the population, some Romans viewed the contests with contempt. One notable eyewitness account of the games has passed down the centuries and reaches us in the modern day. This account was written by no other than the famous Roman philosopher Seneca, who had a very dim view of the gladiatorial contests and the fanfare that accompanied them. Surprisingly, his criticism is not based on the revulsion at the butchery that he sees, but because the display is boring and therefore unworthy of the attention of a well-reasoned, civilized man. In a letter to a friend, he describes what he saw in the arena during the reign of Emperor Caligula. There is nothing so ruinous to good character as to idle away one's time at some spectacle. Vices have a way of creeping in because of the feeling of pleasure that it brings. Why do you think that I say that I personally return from shows greedier, more ambitious, and more given to luxury, and I might add, with thoughts of greater cruelty and less humanity, simply because I have been among humans? The other day, I chanced to drop in at the midday games, expecting sport and wit and some relaxation to rest men's eyes from the sight of human blood. Just the opposite was the case. Any fighting before that was as nothing. All trifles were now put aside. It was plain butchery. The men had nothing with which to protect themselves, for their whole bodies were open to the thrust, and every thrust told. The common people prefer this to matches on level terms or request performances. Of course they do. The blade is not parried by helmet or shield, and what use is skill or defense? All these merely postpone death. In the morning, men are thrown to bears or lions. At midday, to those who were previously watching them. The crowd cries for the killers to be paired with those who will kill them, and reserves the victor for yet another death. This is the only release the gladiators have. The whole business needs fire and steel to urge men on to fight. There is no escape for them. The slayer was kept fighting until he could be slain. Kill him! Flog him! Burn him alive, the spectators roared. Why is he such a coward? Why won't he rush on the steel? Why does he fall so meekly? Why won't he die willingly? Unhappy as I am, how have I deserved that I must look on such a scene as this? Do not, my Lucilius, attend the games, I pray you. Either you will be corrupted by the multitude, or, if you show disgust, be hated by them. So stay away.